John, let me start with you. So this means Uber will be regulated on a country-by-country and even a city-by-city basis. What does that mean for it?
Well, the reason that Uber took the challenge was because it wanted to... the EU-wide regulatory regime would be slightly more favourable to it. And if it were determined to be a digital services provider, an information services provider, then it would have been regulated at the EU level, and, if you like, further obstacles would be potentially in its way to restrictions. But being regarded as a transportation services provider, it's regulated at the member state level because that's a derogated area.
What is that going to mean in terms of Uber's costs? Is it possible to put a number on it?
It probably is. I won't venture to try to put a number on it. I've seen some commentators saying that if the drivers are regarded as workers, then they'll no longer have self-employed status, and then potentially VAT would be applicable. So I've seen some comments along those lines, which would be quite significant. That would be 20% on the cost of each journey.
Well, James, let me bring you at this point. So 20% on Uber's costs. Presumably that is all going to get passed on to the poor old customer at the end of the day.
Well, it may or it may not. I mean, at the moment, Uber is enjoying a benefit of underpaying drivers below the minimum wage. A lot of drivers have been propped up by the welfare system. So there is no such thing as a free ride. But I think what we're seeing with the ruling here today is that Uber's business model fundamentally is in tatters now. And what we're seeing is that a failure in regulation in the United Kingdom in terms of employment law, in terms of taxation law, in terms of transportation law. And every time we go to court to challenge the regulation that we've had, our regulation comes up short. The Taylor Review hasn't answered.